エメルソン・トーメ選手はブラジル出身の元サッカープレイヤーで、ポジションはセンターバック。現役時代はイングランドプレミアリーグのチェルシーやポルトガルのベンフィカといった世界トップクラスのクラブでプレーをしていました。2006から2007年の現役最後のシーズンでは J リーグのヴィッセル神戸でもプレーした経験を持ちます。ハードなタックルと長身を生かした空中戦が得意だったことから、現役時代はザ・ウォール、壁というニックネームが付けられていました。現在はブンデスリーガのバイエルミュンヘンやドルトムントと並び、強豪とされるライプツィヒでスカウトとして活躍しています。今回はそんなサッカー界の世界トップクラスで活躍してきたエメルソン・トーメ氏に日本のサッカーについてお話を聞かせてもらいました。世界トップクラスのサッカーマンのかなり貴重なインタビュー映像になっていますので、ぜひ最後までご覧ください。
Muito bonito e triste, né? Triste, muito triste, né? Mas muito bonita a cultura, a história. Para mim foi espetacular essa experiência.
僕、試合で札幌とか、名古屋とか柏とか、大分とかいろんなとこ行ったんですけど、横浜も行ったし、いろんなアウェーゲームの中でも一番良かったのが広島で、広島行った時に、試合の後もうチケットも何もいらないから、僕と通訳だけここに残って、広島の歴史知りたいで行って歴史知って、原爆公園とかいろんな歴史、悲しいけど、それはそれですごくいい経験だった。
What do you think if the Japanese football player want to, go for the top level, more top level in the world, like win the World Cup or something like that? What do you think they need?
I know they have grow characters, they have grow personalities, they have grow drive, they have grow autoesteem, which is very important to the game because they actually are natural people with a lot of discipline. When they do something, when they decide to do something, they go to the end. Okay? They're very difficult to decide.
Yeah, true.
It's a very difficult people to decide. Yeah. Like always meetings and conversations, but as long as they coming together with an idea, I think they try to give the best shot to make that thing happen. Okay? This is my experience told me when I was there, and this is what I've been seeing. Okay? And there are a lot of guys which come with a lot of adventure. The guys which open the doors, you can say, long time ago, like Nakatas and Miuras and so. I can name lots. I played with one, with like Yoshito.
大久保嘉人、はい、大久保選
in
手。
Mallorca, I think he's been in Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
He make the decision to move, to put himself on a position to try. And this is something for me, is the main drive now. Japanese learning, to take that gamble, to take the risk.
Yeah, take the risk.
And
Yeah,
this is
true.
important in life. Take risks, and I think the Japanese now start to understand that on itself and as a team. Okay? And I think that now Japanese start to understand that more often, and you can see now they spreading all over the place. You can pick a Japanese player at lower levels, but also in the top levels. I mean, they're driving very well now. You see a lot of Japanese doing well.
Yeah.
And Germany, probably the strongest country. They are the relationship football-wise. They've been doing very well there. I'm not surprised because I understand, and the people start to understand as well, the Japanese culture, the Japanese outgoing Japanese style. They know they has to mix up. They has to try and understand the language as quick as they can to communicate, to get involved, and I think the Japanese now start to do that. You have a more strong scenario with Morita, which has been in Santa Clara for a while, on a decent level, Premiership, Portuguese decent level, but move for a top level in Sporting. And he just upgrade his game. He raises profile, he raises game, he raises knowledge, his ability to level up with the needs of Sporting, because Sporting play for Championship, Sporting play for Champions League or European League or ever. I just saw the game against Arsenal from Sporting. Morita performed very nicely, very well. It's just a shame you're gonna miss them for the second leg because he get, I think it's his book and he's suspended for the match. But at the end of the day, he's a very good flag for the Japanese on the country.
Okay, now you live in Portugal, you played for Portugal team, Benfica, and now you're working for the Germany club, and you played for in the Premier League. What do you think about how is the best way for the Japanese player to start in first career in Europe?
Listen,
Of course,
the Japanese has the ability, the Japanese has the discipline, the Japanese has the concentration, and I think the best Japanese players has tactical awareness. They are intelligent tactically, and they follow the rules. Sometimes the forwards has to break some rules.
True.
And the Japanese sometimes doesn't want to break rules. Because if you break rules, you have to take on your chest. And you have to have your shoulders like that.
Have to have a ball.
Well, I don't like to say that on the camera, but you know, but at the end of the day. And the Japanese, they're like a very small marginal number of them with that kind of stuff to break that ice.
Now it's
For the defenders, that's okay because you don't have to be fashionable. You don't have to be tricky. You don't have to be. You don't need to have the astuteness, technical astuteness to create anything. You have to be resilient, reliable, and consistent. If you can do that, you can perform with that. You're fine because most of the Japanese are quick as well. And if you can improve a little bit of strength, power to dominate a little bit opposition, you're fine. No problem. Okay? I play with a few of them. I know some of them. You know, the centre back who's been in England in Southampton. I think it's at Schalke right now. Yoshida is a pure example. You can move in across Europe with playing at good level, being just solid, because he's not outstanding physically. He's not outstanding speed-wise, but he's intelligent. He's reading. He's understanding, and he knows when he stamps his foot. He's a good example for the young Japanese centre-backs, defenders to follow up. There's one as well I like in Mönchengladbach. Itakura. And I think Itakura has that. He has that drive. He has that desire, the fisty to get in tackles and challenges like that. Also, he has like the arrogance, enough arrogance, not the bad manner, the good manner arrogance, to take himself towards to the game and play and bring it out from the back, which made it a little bit different. Say, woof, the guy can play, the guy can do something different, and he has that as well. Then you have the other one, Stuttgart, which is the captain, defensive midfielder, which is centre back, defensive midfielder, is strong. If you said to me, what he's bringing to the team, he's the one who's bringing fight. He's a fighter. Yeah. He's giving all. He's giving all his heart, his whole, his knowledge. Big is tall? No. Is fit, is really quick? No. Is technically above average? No. But everything he did, he gave 100%, and that is fantastic. You know? And that kind of attitude, approaching, it's something. I think more than football losing a little bit. I think overall, it's not only for the Japanese. This is common. This is my opinion. I'm a little bit old-fashioned. I like a little bit more older culture, but at the end of the day, if you can mix it up, what the requests like nowadays, you have to be intelligent. You have to understand the game. You have to play probably more than 2 or 3 different systems and positionings. If you're not outstanding in one position, okay? And
That's the European scouting looking for.
True. Yeah, I'm looking for versatility. Or you're looking for something outstanding. And age gives that marginal sentences, which is as young as you reach the level, is more space you have to grow. True. And if you hit the level at 17s, 18s, you have to have the guts, you have to have the personality, you have to have the attitude, the drive, and even so, you have to understand the game, even if you still make some mistakes. But the mistakes are paid with your youngness. At 22, 23, 24, you cannot respect too much on that side because you already has the time ahead of the 17, the 18s, 19s. That's why when the scouts, the big clubs, the big scouts looking, we look young, intelligent, Of course, the physicality play a part, but you have to learn the body language to see how far is still marginal to grow, or if it's a finishing, mature, physical already. There's a lot of things you can bring the ball around to mix it up, to find out which is the sentence. And then again, where I want the player to play. Is a centre back, is a full back, is a wing back, is a attack mid, is a centre mid. It's gonna be a defensive mid anchor. It's gonna be a box to box. It's a simple ball winner. What is actually I expect from the player? I'm talking only for me, from my football club, which I really appreciate. I really appreciate the club philosophy. I think the philosophy creates with the group itself and what they try bringing gel together.
Yeah, as you say, Japanese people should do more challenges because we Japanese people are really how do I say, like conservative people.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
But it's been a challenge here. It's not only for the Japanese.
Uh,
The war, the virus, the COVID, and everything now has been challenging us as a human beings.
Yeah.
You've been pushing further and further down the line. Probably won't be to myself, which I'm a 50 to 51 years old, but I'm starting to get concerned for my child, for my grandchild, if I'm gonna have in the future, and always need to leave something better. Our footsteps there has to be made strongly and consciously to make things better. And if you don't do that, you're gonna suffer a lot. But this is in the Bible. This is in Quran. This is in many religions. You know, Jesus Christ and Mahomet, whatever. On the Asian culture, always someone there with the brightness to bring people together, to have a nice watch, to bring a nice clothes. I think this is. I don't think you don't deserve to wearing, to using into heaven if you are there grafting on life and earning your rights without damaging. It's fair. If you have like a nice car to drive, congratulations. You know, your sweat is there. You know, your hard work is there. You deserve it. And I don't think anything go easy. But this is old man thinking.
no. I think you
I hope
getting
people
the
don't.
point.
Hope
You're getting
people
the
don't
point.
get disappointed with me, but that's it's just like a way to see, bro. Like it's still a way to think and see. Of course, I adapt myself. I'm adaptable. I have adapted myself. I have learning through my kids. I have a daughter with 21 to 22. I have a boy 14 to 15, and I have to learn with them because if I don't step forward, I'm gonna be as the old man. Oh, you pass by. You know, I don't want to hear what they have to say. There's a lot of conversations at a table, on a dinner table, on a lunch table, when I come across and I just push a bit harder, pushing my words a bit harder, pushing a little bit further, and they don't like to hear. My kids, I say, you come in 100 and go in 1,000. You know, so back into the football is just like I don't see if the mentality continue to pile in the right direction. I continue to a bright future for the Asians, especially the Japanese. I think the Koreans has been in a good trade a long time as well. I think China football has to come a long way still, but the Japanese start to hit the marks. A little bit like I smell a medal, Olympic medal, World Cup medal.
But when I go to other country in Europe, for example, like Portugal, Turkey, I always think like, oh, the football culture is completely different compared to Japan, you know, because everyone follows football on TVs in Europe.
Yeah.
But, you know, people in Japan, only some part of people like football, soccer. So,
Escucha. It's nothing easy to change culture, to change mentalities. History, you know, is very hard. This could be taking a long time.
Yes.
Even a long time. I mean, I'm gonna give an example too. Uruguay,